Imagine a world without information and communication technology. Information world without mobile phones, smart devices or internet. Our lives would be drastically different. Now imagine a future where everything this is much more. Everything is faster, everything is better, there's more of everything. That's what we do in Oulu. We envision a future like this. And that's why we have created a new international bachelor degree program, Digitalization, Computing and Electronics. This degree program, DICE, focuses on three key aspects of information or data-driven information society: gathering and transmitting data, processing data, and creating software and systems that utilize the data. And in our program, we have three different specializations that reflect on these key aspects. The first specialization is Electronics and Communications Engineering, where students learn physics, materials, theories, and design methods to create electronics and components, as well as wireless communication for tomorrow's needs. The second specialization is Computer Science and Engineering, where the focus is on data processing with a mix of artificial intelligence and virtual reality thrown in. The third specialization is Information Processing Science, where the focus is on creating software and systems where the user is in the center, how to create software and systems in a way that they are intuitive to use for us in our everyday lives. We don't want our program just to be another diploma. We want it to be a stepping stone to a wonderful career in the ever-changing field of ICT. That's why we have included a mandatory practical training in our program that can be carried out in companies here in Oulu or worldwide. There are many companies here in Oulu who operate in the field of ICT, and those companies, most of them are international and operate worldwide. Also, the studies culminate in bachelor's project where students from different specializations work in multidisciplinary teams, and each student acts as a specialist in their chosen field, and together they solve a real problem. Even though Oulu is located quite up in the north and we take pride in our Arctic attitude, the academic community here is warm and welcoming. Student well-being is very important for us, and we will appoint student tutor and teacher tutor for each of the new students who come to study with us. These tutors take good care of you, and they make sure that your studies process smoothly, and if you have any problems, you will get help immediately. I want to invite you to come with us here in Oulu to create the world a better place using information and communication technology. Apply now, and I'll see you next autumn.
Have you ever wondered why data is said to be the new oil? Our program is Computer Science and Engineering, or CSE for short. As the name already suggests, it has two focus areas: computer science and computer engineering. Computer science deals with theory, methods and algorithms of computing. In our program, artificial intelligence is one of the three specialization options, and it is in the core of modern computer science. Computer engineering, on the other hand, is another specialization option in our program, and it represents the practical or engineering side of computing. It covers both hardware and software aspects of computers. Our third option is applied computing, and it deals with applications of computer science and engineering, ranging from small internet-connected devices and mobile applications to large-scale cloud computing services. Predicting the future technologies is always difficult, but one technology that is most likely to be essential also in the future is artificial intelligence. AI will be everywhere. It enables a wide range of different kinds of applications that provide better productivity, improve quality of life, also health, well-being, but also more sustainable use of resources. Also, AI enables other technologies. For example, more and more internet-connected devices will emerge that run on batteries. And those need energy-efficient computing solutions to enable long battery life. But also they require high level of computer security in order to prevent misuse of sensitive information. Augmented reality is another emerging technology enabled and boosted by AI. It allows mixing real and virtual worlds, but requires high quality display technology to provide good user experience. Augmented reality is still waiting for its breakthrough, but it will probably happen in the next few years. As mentioned previously, our program has 3 specialization options, and all these options give a slightly different profile to the graduates. Artificial intelligence option gives students to get familiar with state-of-the-art AI and machine learning methods, and also give them ways how to use those in applications such as computer vision. Computer engineering focuses on embedded systems and their programming, but also signal processing, hardware design, and topics like computer security. The third option, applied computing, adopts a slightly more human-centered approach and focuses on applications, user interfaces, and user experience. It covers a wide range of different technologies, including mobile and social computing, virtual reality, digital fabrication, and so on. Job opportunities in Oulu region are excellent for our students. The companies are actively hiring them to internship and master thesis positions. In recent years, almost all our students have been recruited at some point of their studies, including the international students. Besides, the university research groups have positions open for those who are mostly interested in research and want to continue to PhD studies. You will find answers to why data is the new oil, and more if you are accepted to the degree program in computer science and engineering in the next intake. Thank you.
I have often heard that the practical engineering part is the most interesting part for the students during their studies. I'm here at the acoustic chamber where we can do wireless measurements practically for many different kind of telecommunication system, and this is many times used for students in different kind of courses and also for thesis kind of projects. We have two different master's programs here which are specific for hardware at the University of Oulu. We have wireless communication engineering master's studies and also the electronics master's studies program. In wireless communication engineering, you can focus on telecommunication systems, for example the big networks like 5G and LTE, or in radio systems where you can focus on how the radio channels work and how the radio devices work. In electronics, you can specify on electronics design, for example integrated circuit design, analog devices, digital electronics. Also there's a module where you can study measurement techniques, for example optical measurements and printed electronics and that kind of focus areas. And also we have one specific area for electronics materials and components, where you study the materials and the processes which you can develop new electronics devices for the future. There are many different application areas which affect the world, and for example health technology, consumer electronics, industrial applications. And for those, we try to teach you different kind of technical skills that you can develop these areas and the solution to better states, for example new applications and better technology. You can have faster measurements, you probably can develop more accurate measurement methods or more reliable networks. And also one important part is the sustainability. For example, how we can develop devices and materials and components which are more power effective. For example, how you can also utilize the environment to get more sustainable devices by harvesting the energy around us. So in the studies you mainly focus on the hardware but with also the practical examples and coming through those. The studies of the master's degree level are based on research at the university. The spearhead research, the wireless communication engineering, is well known throughout the world. But also we have a lot of leading research in the world, for example in materials design and in electronics materials. For example, we develop materials for high frequency devices, but also for sensors and actuators and all over devices in electronics. Also, we are part of the printed intelligence hub at the Oulu area, where our university has an important role. With the printed electronics and printed intelligence, we try to develop materials and devices which are fast to produce and inexpensive to produce for the challenge to have devices all over us. Our research is also done closely in cooperation with the companies, and also the company connections are coming to the education as well. We have, for example, lectures coming from industry telling the cutting edge of different technologies, but also we have practical assignments from the companies in different kind of training or exercises at the university. Also, many of the master's thesis topics are from industry, so we can do those in cooperation with our university. So, if we want to have a practical impact to the world, you can study electronics and wireless communication here at Oulu. The application period starts from January, so please apply.
Have you ever wondered why Finnish education system has received such great praise? Well, studying in the master's program called Software, Systems and Services Development in the Global Environment, well, we call it GS3D because the name is so complex. It's a great possibility to check this out. If you are interested in studying in a multicultural environment in a country where almost everybody speaks English, and if you want an international career in software field, and you have a passion for making the world a better place for all of us to live, then University of Oulu is a correct place for you to study. In this degree program, you will learn to build software and systems based on what people need and what people find easy and pleasant to use. You will get a solid foundation of software engineering and information systems methods and technologies, understanding of user-oriented products and services, professional project management skills, and in general, you will learn to act as an independent expert in your own field. Software and information systems are everywhere. We think that it's possible to make user-friendly, good quality software, systems and services and change the world with them. Oulu and Finland in general is also a great place if you enjoy a relaxed but efficient atmosphere and a professionally but friendly attitude of teachers and actually everybody. Our teachers build their teaching based on latest scientific knowledge and understanding of what is currently important for the professionals to learn. We educate professionals who are able to work both independently and in teams and who are able to take initiative and responsibility. Teachers of our degree program publish in the international conferences and journals. If you look at the research profiles of our teachers, you will find research related to user-centered design and usability, automotive and healthcare industries, and many other areas. City of Oulu is internationally known as a city of technology, and the Oulu area is a major high-tech hub with a long history in researching and developing information and communication technologies. We have a strong tradition of collaboration with companies, and our studies have been designed with the working life in mind. In practice, this means that many practical exercises and projects are conducted in collaboration with companies. And also the topics for the master's thesis come from real-world problems, and the master's theses are typically made for companies. Our graduates end up working in various software development related jobs, and there are lots of possibilities to tailor your studies based on your personal interests. So some examples of possible titles for our graduates. For example, software developers, team leaders, project managers, user experience designers, AI developers or business analysts. And our university offers also lots of support for those who are business-minded. And actually many of our graduates also end up starting a company of their own. So you will find an answer to the quality of Finnish education and more if you are accepted to study in GS3D in the next intake. Come and make the world a better place together with us.
Hello everyone. I am going to briefly present you an international master's degree program in biomedical engineering that we are running here in Oulu University. So this is an interesting opportunity for all those students who could be interested in medical technology, health technology, and related stuff. So we are talking about technologies that are used to measure health-related data. So our degree program is actually built on a very recent mega trend in medical technology. So it is the digitalization of healthcare. And this means that there is a very strongly growing data sets emerging everywhere in all the hospitals, and also now with any persons buying health-related products, they all produce digital data. And for example, those could be medical images of various sorts. They can be physiological signals measured from your body. They can be genomic data and so on. So what is problem then is that not only the storage and transfer of the data to specific cloud servers, but it's also a problem how to analyze all that data for any diagnostic purposes at hospitals, for example. So that's why we are developing artificial intelligence technologies to cope with that kind of analysis tasks. And our degree program is built on that need that is emerging in healthcare system. Biomedical engineering is also a very fast-growing industry globally, and it offers a lot of interesting job opportunities everywhere. In Finland, biomedical engineering is one of the fastest-growing industries of all high-tech technologies, in fact, and that holds true also for Europe and Asia and America as well. So our expertise in this teaching is built on research background of our research groups. And especially we are talking about medical imaging and medical image processing and signal processing and artificial intelligence, machine learning applied to these data sets. That is the area we are working on, not so much on electronics, for example, but on the computer science algorithms and the application of those to medical data. So we have anatomical structures and how the organs actually operate, the anatomy and physiology that we are both researching and teaching in this curriculum. This teaching is done in cooperation between two faculties of our university. I'm representing Faculty of Information Technology and Electrical Engineering, which is mostly related with information and communication technologies and software engineering kind of technologies. The other faculty that is participating in this curriculum is Faculty of Medicine. So we have lots of different medical clinics that are participating also in the provision of different sort of courses. Some of the courses are theoretical in nature, but most of them are practical in the sense that we work a lot with measurements and data analysis in all the study directions, study paths that the student can take. So that's the basic profile. We work with the data. And we apply tools, analytics tools that we have on the desktop computers, or quite often in our faculty we program those algorithms by ourselves and optimize them for the data analysis and make the analysis tasks with them. So many of the courses include practical parts, theoretical lectures, but also some practical parts which show and train you to apply those techniques in some realistic situation with real data from patients. And you will also be working on project works that are independent project works for the topics will be defined for each student separately, but they are usually done as a member of a research team in our university. And we have many research teams in the university, so students have options to select one interesting area where the student wants to work as a kind of research trainee and do the research project there and get the credit units from there as well. When you come to the stage of master's thesis work, it will be the major part of the second year. So you will start working in the beginning of the second year in your master's thesis. While completing the final remaining courses, you will also work as a member in a research group in one of our faculties, in one of our departments. And we have many opportunities there. But you can also do the master's thesis in the industry, working in some health technology company. We have several here in Oulu-based region around the university and technology park, and also elsewhere in Finland if you plan to move elsewhere to do the master's thesis. And some students are planning to do the master's thesis abroad while doing some perhaps Erasmus exchange and going to some other country in Europe to do that. So when you are completed and you get the degree, what job opportunities will you have? Well, most of you will be working in industrial companies in health technology sector. In our region, in Finland, in Europe or anywhere, maybe you want to go back to your home country and work there as a specialist. And usually you will be working as a research and development engineer in the industrial company. At first, at least, and then you move on in your career to some other tasks like manager and so on. Naturally, it is also possible to select academia and do researchers and teachers career at the university, for example. And our university also offers PhD student positions, and some of you might want to have that kind of career here and continue after master's thesis as a PhD student. And it will take 4, 5, 6 years, and you will have your doctorate then in biomedical engineering. So I welcome you apply and join our degree program in biomedical engineering in Oulu. Currently have students from many countries in Europe, in Asia, in Africa and America. So this is really a multicultural place to study, and it'll be interesting for you to interact with students from so different countries and cultures every day, and study together them and do some group works with them and have some leisure time with them as well. In the winter time, you can enjoy skiing, skating, and whatever in the very snowy forests, and even the sea is on ice. You can perhaps ski or skate on the sea around here. And in the summertime, you will have endlessly daylight because sun never sets. And I hope you really join us and enjoy your stay in Oulu. Thanks.
Let me tell you about the Business Analytics Master's program. I would like to do it based on 3 I's and 1 O. Those 3 I's, they are interest, innovation, interaction, and the O is, of course, opportunity. I will start from interest. So why to be interested in this program? The basic reason, in my opinion, is that it's analytics is revolving around data, digital data. The world is now loaded with data. It's everywhere. It's being created by us and by systems all the time. And analytics is basically, it means refining data to information and knowledge in order to make decisions and also in order to systems to do things. So analytics is in the center of this process. So if you are interested in data and what can be used by data, then you need knowledge, skills, competencies in analytics. And you can gain those competencies in the program. So that's interest. So what's innovative in analytics? If you think that analytics is a little bit boring, then you are fortunately wrong, because it's not. This data refinement process from data to information, knowledge, it's really innovation intensive. It's not only dealing with how to manipulate data, but how to make decisions based on data, how to automate those decisions. That's often called, by the way, artificial intelligence. Someone has said that data is the oil of new economy, but it's a little bit wrong in my opinion, because data is not only raw material, it's a valuable asset as itself, and there are also innovative matters what comes to data itself. So analytics is very innovative. Then interaction. So analytics is naturally extremely interactive in my opinion. It's because there are so many data sources. You have to gather data, you have to structure, manipulate, analyze, then use the data in many different needs and applications. And the whole process of refining data to information to knowledge, it's really interactive. It also means that analytics is based on multiple different methods, tools, and so on. As a program, this business analytics itself is highly interactive. It has been designed to include collaboration with external stakeholders, companies, public organizations, and so on. There's an extensive capstone project in which student teams solve problems given by those stakeholders. Because the program is fully international and it includes 3 different degree paths. It's computer technology, information processing, and economics. So there is no escape from interaction also between the students, and that's very good in my opinion indeed. So then what about the last remaining O? So it's a very big O in my opinion, opportunity. Mainly it's of course because digital data and its analysis, it's an emerging field that there are needs and opportunities everywhere, I would say. And the opportunities that they concern, let's say, the technical or engineering related side of the coin, but also how to use and where to use data in decision making and intelligent systems. At this university, we are a forerunner in the so-called sixth generation wireless systems. We are involved in studying connected health, digital health, energy-related new applications. All those are based on digital data. In all those, you need analytics. It's a little pity that I cannot in practice join the program as a student. If I could, then I would seriously consider becoming an entrepreneur, because in analytics there are also opportunities for providing your competencies to those who need analytics solutions. You can work in private companies, and you can also work for public organizations. In a way, you can make business out of business analytics. Thank you.